What's up, fitness friends? This is Ricky Velaquette, owner and founder of Ricksanity, coming at you with my first ever content video. I'm going to be putting out one of these every few days, just to give you guys good information about personal training and fitness overall. And so the very first video I wanted to do for you guys was what you want to look for when you're hiring a personal trainer. Like, I know a lot of you, you're thinking about it, you're on the fence. There are a lot of personal trainers available in the city here in Colorado Springs or wherever you are. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick list of things that I think are most important when you're hiring one. People are different. All personal trainers are different. One necessarily isn't going to be best for one person, but they may be amazing for another person. So you just need to take these certain things into account when hiring one. Now, the first thing you obviously want to look for is the certification. A lot of personal trainers out there don't actually have a nationally accredited certification. You want to be looking for a certificate from NASM, ACE, ISSA, NCSF, NCSA, or the Brooke Bush Institute. Now, I'm not quite sure if the Brooke Bush Institute is nationally accredited, but Brooke Bush is a very knowledgeable and very well-known personal trainer, and he's just really knowledgeable about fitness and anatomy in general. So, and his organization just recently started offering a personal trainer certification. So I would definitely say that that one is okay. Mine obviously is from NASM, National Academy of Sports Medicine. Now, a lot of these certifications focus on different things. NASM, obviously sports medicine, they focus more on corrective exercise, and ACE, National Council of Strength and Fitness, they focus more on performance and enhancing athletic performance, maximum strength, that sort of thing. I can't speak for these other ones, but yes, every certification, they will cover the basics, but beyond that, they will get into more niche things like corrective exercise or maximum strength or endurance, that sort of thing. So just ask your personal trainer that you're talking to what their certification is and what they focused on. Now, a certification isn't everything, but it does show that they do at least have the wherewithal to study the material and take a quiz at the very end of all that material. Now, the next thing you want to be aware of for your trainer is the CEUs that they have taken. If they've been a trainer for less than 2 years, then this isn't as big as an issue. But if they've been a trainer for a while, you want to ask them, hey, what extracurricular courses you've taken? What are your CEUs? Every 2 years, at least for NASM, we have to renew our trainer certification to keep it current and keep it valid so we can keep training people. A CEU is simply a extracurricular course that we've taken, such as, say, fitness, nutrition, group exercise, just a niche subject beyond the core certification material. So you always want to ask your trainer, hey, what CEUs do you have, if any, and how have you been able to apply those to your current programming? Now, the second thing, obviously, that you want to look for in a trainer is the type of programming that they do. If you are trying to just get off the couch, get moving, get into a little better shape, lose some weight, if you're in the very beginning stages of working out and just getting back into a healthier lifestyle, you don't want someone who's going to throw you directly into like a CrossFit type program or a maximum strength, maximum athletic performance type program. You want someone whose programming for you is going to be in the first phase of training, just stabilization and endurance. If they try to put you into a program where you're automatically doing like just 5x5 reps at maximum strength or close to maximum strength, that's a big red flag. So you just got to be aware of the type of programming that they're going to start you off with. Now, I know that a lot of trainers are not exactly going to put their programming online or make it available to you before you pay them, or they're not just going to put it out there for anyone to see, which is fine, which is good business practice. But at the same time, you as a client need to know what you're paying for. You want to know what you're paying for before you get it. You want to know what you're getting before you pay for it. So just be aware of that. A good thing to look out for is a PAR-Q, a physical activity readiness questionnaire. All good trainers are going to be giving you and putting you through one of those. Just so they know what you want, what your physical fitness level is currently, and what they should be doing for you. Now, by overly specialized, what I mean is a lot of trainers, when they were getting fit, when they were working on their own fitness, they ended up focusing mainly on, say, maximum strength or endurance or performance and conditioning. And a lot of the time that will become the main thing, the main focus of their training, but it may not be the main thing that you want. So you just want to make sure that that's not what they're trying to force onto you, unless that is what you want in your training. So just make sure that if you're just trying to, if you're trying to get off the couch, get ready for a 5K or any kind of race, you're not doing maximum strength 5x5s in the gym with your trainer, or vice versa, or something like that. So just wanted you to be aware of that and be aware of that in your trainer's programming. Now, this next thing that I want to talk about, it's purely subjective, but I think it's important personally because I have seen a lot of people who honestly don't look like they're qualified to be trainers. And then when you hear them open their mouth, you know they're not qualified to be trainers. But that is trainer shape and physique. Again, this is subjective, but you want to keep an eye on this. Just at the very least, have it in the corner of your eye. Just be aware of it. I know you're going to Google your trainer. I know you're going to look at your trainer. You're going to look at his name, her name. You're going to Google them, see what they've done in the past, look at pictures of them. So the thing I want you to be aware of is just progression, maintaining, or regression. What I mean by that is, hey, is your trainer like really super fit, super muscular, super buff now, but they weren't a few months ago? In a few pictures a few months ago, that means they progressed. That's great. That means they know what they're doing and they know how to take care of themselves and to make progress on their own body. Are they maintaining? Do they look the same as they did a few months ago, a year ago? Yeah, that's great. That means they know exactly how to take care of themselves and maintain their progress. But if you see regression in their photos, if you see that they're like 10, 15 pounds heavier than they were like just a few months ago, a year ago, then that should raise a red flag, because a trainer should be able to take care of themselves first and foremost. If they cannot, then how can you expect them to take care of you if they can't even take care of themselves? That's just my personal opinion. There's going to be a ton of factors going into this, like say, if they went through a family crisis, or if they just got really busy, if they got swamped with clients. If they're busy like 18 hours out of the day with clients, then yeah, that's a good reason for them to not be able to focus as much on themselves as they want to. Again, this is all very subjective, and if you think a trainer is going to be good for you, regardless of what their physique looks like or what their own conditioning and strength is looking like, then great. I'm just saying that you need to be aware of these things, but the number one thing for a trainer is they're book smart. The best trainers aren't going to be the fittest. They're not going to be the biggest, the strongest. They're not going to have 8-pack abs. They're going to be the ones who can write out the best programming and implement it the best. So just be aware of that. Good trainers are very book smart and can tend towards a nerd side of things rather than the jock side of things, but at the same time, you want one who can take care of themselves, because that shows you that they'll be able to take care of you and they at least know what they're doing with their own body. All right, so moving on. The next thing I want to talk about for what you want to find in a personal trainer is a good personality that fits well with yours and their reputation. The personality is going to be different for all trainers. Some are going to be more boot camp like, more hard on you. They're going to be pushing you harder every single workout. Some are going to be more gentle, more reassuring. It's going to be different for what works for which client. So you just need to be aware of what's going to work for you and how hard you want your trainer to push you. For example, if you have someone who's trying to rehab an injury, you don't want a trainer who's going to push them too hard, because that may aggravate their injury. You want someone who has more experience, say in a rehab or a clinic setting, and who knows how to get someone to just simply put in the work that needs to be done for that rehab, as opposed to pushing beyond their limits, as a lot of trainers try to get you to do. So you just need to be aware of trainers who are capable of being more gentle, if that's what you're looking for, or being able to push you harder, and be more in that military boot camp style personality that you're looking for. Next thing you want to look for in a personal trainer is their reputation. Now, I know you're going to Google your trainer, and for a lot of trainers who are newer on the scene, they may not have a lot of stuff on Google about them, which is fine. You just want to be able to make sure that they don't have any bad things online about them. Make sure that they haven't been like fined or arrested for practicing personal training without a license. Just make sure that their programming hasn't hurt anybody. You just want to make sure that they have a fairly clean record when it comes to training their clients. I'm all for getting new trainers, new clients. That is really important for everybody, but you just want to make sure that someone doesn't have a bad reputation when you're starting out with them. Now, also you want to ask these trainers as well about, say, like their greatest success or success stories that they've had with their clients, just so you can feel reassured about what they can do for you. Say, one of my best success stories is I was able to get this client when I was working at Gold's Gym. I had a client who was a trucker. He was only able to come by like every few weeks, but I wrote out programming for him while he was on the road, and he was still able to make progress because he did the programming that I wrote out for him at the truck stops when he stopped with just a pair of bands and an exercise ball, and he was still able to make progress every time he came into the gym and every time I worked with him. So that was a great success story for me. Also, I've been able to increase this runner's race time every time he did a 5K, and I've been able to help one of my clients with their sciatic nerve pain. So those are just examples of success stories that you want your trainer to be able to tell you when you're asking them about what qualifications they have and what they may be able to do for you. If they don't have a ton of success stories, that's fine. Every trainer has to start somewhere. Just make sure, again, just go back to their reputation. Make sure that they're training with the license. Make sure they haven't injured anybody. You want to just do a quick search, make sure they have a clean slate. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is client testimonials and their before and afters. You want to, if you do Google them, if they have a website, you want to look on their website, see what kind of testimonials their clients have to say about them, see if there are any before and after pictures, basically just see what kind of results they've been able to get out of their past clients. Now, a lot of the newer trainers on the scene, they're not going to be able to provide like the testimonials or the before and afters, which is fine. Again, everybody has to start somewhere. Again, just be aware of their reputation. Google them. Make sure that they have a clean background. Make sure that they are caught up on their certification and that they haven't gotten in trouble for practicing without a license, a trainer certification. Just make sure that they're clean. You know? If they don't have the testimonials and the before and afters. For a trainer, this refers to after you've started with the trainer, but you can try to look for this before you sign up with them, is projection programming and blanket programming. Projection programming is simply a trainer projecting their own wants and needs for their program, for what they want to accomplish themselves, onto the program that they're writing for their clients. Say like a very, very broad example is, say, a power lifter putting powerlifting routines and sets into their client's workout routine, which may or may not be what their client wants. So just be aware of that. And blanket programming is just simply a trainer writing out the same program for every single one of their clients, writing out the same program and handing it out. Not every person is going to need the same thing, so just be aware of a trainer who does that. If they're teaching a class, that's fine, but you do not want a trainer who's just going to write out the same program for every client. You want to ask them, hey, is this program specific to me? Was it written specifically for me after everything that we've talked about and after becoming aware of what I want and what I need for my programs? Now, one of the final things you need to consider when hiring a personal trainer is your own willingness to commit to that trainer's programming. Trainers can and they will fire their clients. I've seen it happen. They are willing to just drop a client if the client is not willing to put in the work, if they're not showing up to sessions, if they're flaking out on sessions, if they're frequently unable to make progress. It doesn't happen often, but a lot of trainers do have that certain standard that they want their clients to meet so that neither person's time is being wasted. Now, a lot of trainers do have a minimum goal set for you, whether that goal is simply showing up or just being able to put in the work is going to be up to them. But they need to be reassured that you're going to be able to commit to their programs. And so clients and trainers need to be able to meet and know exactly what to expect out of each other. It's a two-way street, and if neither person can provide, then it's the relationship between the trainer and the client simply isn't going to work out. Now, the main principle that trainers use is the FIT principle, which is frequency, intensity, time, and type. Frequency refers to how many times a week you're going to be meeting with your trainer and working out on your own. Is it going to be 3 days a week? Is it going to be 1 time a week with your trainer, then 3 days a week on your own? You need to be able to know what the frequency is and if you're going to be able to commit to that. Intensity is just how hard you're going to be working. Are you going to be doing max rep sets? Or are you just going to be coming in and doing lightweight sets at high reps? Just know what, or are you going to be doing higher cardio intervals and working your heart to increase your VO2 max? How hard you're going to be working both in terms of weight and cardio. Time is how much time you're going to be devoting to your workouts. Is it going to be 15 minutes? Is it going to be half an hour? Is it going to be an hour and a half? You need to know that. And the type of workouts, obviously, you're going to be talking about whether you're going to be using, like, say, kettlebells, free weights, functional equipment, body weight. You've got to take all those factors into account and be able to meet those and be able to do that when you start a program. And if you're unable to meet those, your client trainer relationship is going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. So you just need to be able to tell your trainer, yes, I can do this, and I will be able to meet this goal. And finally, you need to be able to be upfront about your own injuries, limitations, and any exercises that you simply don't want to do, that you're uncomfortable doing for any variety of reasons. This has happened plenty of times with me. I'll ask a client, hey, do you have any injuries or limitations I should know about? And they'll be like, no, I'm fine. But then I will put them through a workout, and suddenly they tell me, oh, I've got a bad knee, or oh, I had a C-section, so ab exercises are really hard for me. So I end up having to rewrite my entire program based around something that they didn't tell me up front. So you need to be able to be upfront with them about that so they can get it right the first time. And the final thing you want to be aware of, this comes after you've started working out with a trainer, is progressive overload. That simply means being able to go harder than you did last time. A trainer should be able to recognize the gains that you've made in muscles, in VO2 max, in conditioning, in strength. And if they can write good programming that takes advantage of that and is able to push you harder, that is where fitness happens. That is where the core progress happens. That is how people become more fit, is progressive overload. In my opinion, progressive overload is the very essence of fitness, being able to go harder than last time. So a lot of trainers, they aren't able to keep clients long enough to reach that progressive overload stage. But if they do, then they need to write programs to take advantage of that. So if a trainer has too much turnover, they're not going to be able to reach that progressive overload. But a good trainer is able to keep their clients and write programs that take advantage of that. So just be aware of that. Ask them about progressive overload and how they plan on increasing the difficulty of their workouts for you. All right, so that has been my tips for finding the perfect personal trainer for you. Those are the questions you need to be asking. Those are the factors you need to be taking into consideration. No trainer is going to be perfect for everyone, but there are going to be trainers who are perfect for their clients. And the more questions you're able to ask beforehand, the more information you're going to be able to ask, referring to all this stuff that was up on the board. if you're able to get those questions answered, then you're going to come close to finding the right trainer for you. So this has been Ricky Valiquette, founder and owner of Ricksanity. Visit my site, ricksanityfitness.com. Check me out on Facebook. I'll be trying to put up a new video, new content every few days. So just be aware of that, like and subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Guys, fitness for everybody. Thanks.